Howdy doody, everybody. It's me, Pa. I gotta touch up my chain a little bit, tighten it, and then I was gonna take you guys on a little jaunt and show you what it looks like here. And I'll be with you in a minute. I'm gonna grind my chain real quick, and we'll go for a walk. Here, you can help. Check my bar bolts here. Every once in a while they loosen up. Actually, it was sunny today, hence the sunglasses, huh? Nice a couple times. Gotta put the full rise on. Move you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Might give everybody a big thrill, you know. So what I've got here is my 20 volt DeWalt. I love this thing. But anyway, so I just got a regular grinding wheel on it. And like I said, Tater kind of showed me this. I never even thought of doing it before. I got a grinder, you know, you guys know that, but this works good for touching them up. You get 4 or 5 sharpenings like this and then maybe take it back. I'm getting pretty good at it though, where I get them pretty close. They'll cut like a rape date, you know, so it works pretty good. I've actually worn down a couple of chains, you know, like started with a new one and completely wore it out doing this, so I was happy with the way it cut the whole way. So, and I've always been a grinder guy, but it works good. Very convenient. If you don't stone the crap out of it, it doesn't take much. Just shine the edge up a little. It was cut pretty good anyway, but it ain't oiling properly. I broke my oiler thing off down here the other day, and Barbie welded a new one on. I don't know if we melted the hole or what. I gotta pull it back off of there and see what's going on. I don't know. It's not oiling very good. It is oiling a little bit, but not as good as it should be. Okay, that's it, boys and girls. Look at that, huh? That didn't take long. Like I said, if you don't stone it, bad. It cleans up pretty quick. It'll cut good too. Alright. So what I'm doing, this is the result of a clear cut, probably in the late 80s. So roughly 30 years ago. This is what happens in Pennsylvania when you let sunlight in. This is all black cherry, almost all of it. So what I'm doing is, there's a few junk maple like this thing in here. So I'm just doing a few little corridors. You can see I've come up through. So like that little area there, I'm not even going into that. I came up through there, left a couple of decent maple and cherry poles, nice little red oak. You know, just made a little corridor in here. That's all I had to do to get through here, is cut that one green one and that one dead one, that cherry. The rest of it's all, you know, stuff that's either defective or like this red oak that was legal, big enough, maple. Well, that maple was borderline, but it's an absolute piece of junk. You can see it. So, I mean, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Now, around the edge of this, I do believe this was an old cut line from years ago, and they whacked the piss out of this where we're in, right in here, right? You can see there's a huge difference in what we've been dealing with. So over here, I think it was a cut line, and they took the big saw logs out of this, but left all the junk over here. I don't know what the difference was, why this was like clear cut. Somebody must have actually done something right, you know. But this over here, like I said, there's a couple of cherry that were defective or in the way, but most of this is all birch, junky maple, beech, and you can see the difference now. This was the cut line around here. Look at the basal area in here. I mean, this is what I'd like to have for the guy everywhere, but I can't control what they cut before. There's some more birch down in there I'm going to go down and get. I went down through, made a loop around, I'm coming back up, so, but I'll have to poke over and get some of that. But so you can see what I'm dealing with. It's two totally different ball games, you know. I told Mr. Martin, this is the next cut in here. You know, in another 20 years, this is going to be nice timber. You know, not all of it, but most of it's going to be nice cherry. Could be a pile of money out through here. There's probably 15 or 20 acres like this up through here. But it is the result of being cut hard. You can see where they whacked the crap out of it in here. And it was a clear cut, because, for the most part, because these are small trees. These are pulpwood sized trees, you know. I mean, there was big ones in here too, but all you see over there was just great big massive stumps. They never cut any of the junk, so the junk took over. But anyway, this is what I'd like to see the whole property do. You know, I think it will with light in it. And I told his son too, and him, you know, if you really want to get serious about it, get a brush saw. Like a little still brush saw, weed whacker thing with a little brush blade on it, and go through here in 10 years. And you know, when the stuff's this size or smaller, 5 years, you know, whatever. But you know, when it's in pole, when it's starting to get into pole, you can tell what it is. Come through and whack out the birch. You know, I mean, there's plenty of little junk in here that should be whacked up, but I'm not going to bring a machine in for that stuff and root up a bunch. You know, this is where the landowner needs to get active. And I mean, literally in a couple of weeks, I'm trying to get, I would like to get it so, like, in the spring, in the breakup time, if I had people serious about managing properties, I'd go buy 4 or 5 brush saws, and all the guys, instead of sitting around waiting for mud to dry up, we could go in and walk around and do this type of work. You know, charge 25 an hour or something, or 30 an hour, but you could cover some ground. Literally, probably, you know, a 100-acre piece might take $1,500, $2,000 to run through, you know, every 10 years. That's cheap for the amount of timber you're going to grow and the difference in, but it's almost impossible to get anybody to listen to this stuff. They just don't want to hear it. People just, I don't know. It's weird. Strange. And the difference is like huge. You know? Like I said before, 5 cents a foot growing or 50 cents a foot growing. 10 times, man. I don't know. Hopefully it'll catch on. People, whatever. This guy wants to do things right, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I gotta go back to work. There's a few more in here. I'll make another little spot, and I'll go look around here and find a little corridor where I don't have to disrupt much and just go in and poke around. I'm about done in here anyway. There's another little clump up there, a couple oaks and maples, and it must have been overstory trees they left before. They're junk, but need to come out. You know, they're just trash. All right, guys. See ya. Ta-ta for now.